Yeah. Yeah. Listen. Let me take you through the life of a boy living his teens on an estate in London, ridden with fiends. The type of people with not a smidgen of dreams, who were either criminals or just risen as thieves. In a way, Daniel was lost from the start. In his ends, the crime rate was off of the chart. Mum was an alcoholic, dad's a tosser and half. His fucking family were drug addicts or locked behind bars. But all the same, Danny had a talent from a young age. He loved writing, could spend hours with one page. When told it would take him nowhere, he was unfazed, convinced he'd be a real artist at some stage. But for every dream he had, the bubbles were burst. As he grew into his teens, the struggles were worse. Started dealing like his brothers and troubles emerged, selling coke instead of weed for double the worth. And all he saw as important was building his rep, making money, getting drugs, gold, silver and skits, helping his mum where he could with the bills and electric, till his passion for writing and dreams were killed in effect. He was slacking at school and hadn't written in months. The only time that he rapped now was spitting with chumps, talking about knives and crime as they'd sit in a bunch. He'd act like him to blend in, but was sick of the cunts. Deep down, this wasn't how he pictured his life. He'd always wanted to write and be addicted to mics, but now every day he lived seemed insipid and like a bad dream he couldn't wake from thick in the night. Could have been so much more if he paused. Always had the potential to open doors in the industry, blow up and win awards. Now it's just another lost cause. Could have been the type to go abroad, go on tours, perform on stage to thousands and hear applause. Could have been so much more. Now it's just another lost cause. By 16, he felt like he was losing the plot. He let himself down the same road as youths in his block, and he knew now that most in his shoes had been shot, locked up or left in the block using the rocks. He was sitting down with a letter stuck in his hands, telling how he'd been expelled for a couple of grams of cocaine found in his school locker. And Dan was now thinking stop his exams and fuck all his plans. Yeah, getting his qualifications would have been great, but he felt like he was trapped and he couldn't escape. Could have changed when he was younger, but he shouldn't have waited. Now he couldn't see one thing good in his fate. Every day he was getting by on 5 and 10 bits, while his mum was trying to survive on benefits. Not bothered to move from where a wine and Stella sits. Most days now, you just get high and reminisce back on the days when he could have made a change, when he was free to choose from a major range of prospects to get a job and be paid a wage, or build up his skills and have his tracks played on stage. Could have been so much more if he paused. Always had the potential to open doors in the industry, blow up and win awards. Now it's just another lost cause. Could have been the type to go abroad, go on tours, perform on stage to thousands and hear applause. Could have been so much more. Now it's just another lost cause. Then one night, Daniel was shot in the draw. He'd not even got too far from shutting his door when 3 boys nearby watched him stopping and saw the drugs he was holding and started popping towards. Straight away, he knew they were up for having a fight. 2 were shouting what you got and 1 was grabbing a knife. He tried fighting him back, he wasn't having a slice of it, but that didn't stop the biggest from stabbing him twice. As he fell, he wished he could have paused the retreat, wished he could have changed everything he saw through the sweeping images of his life flashing before him at speed, cause he was now just another lost cause to the street. He wished he had to change his ways and had practiced on his talents. Now he'd spend every day on his raps. Could have had fans out there playing his tracks, but he was bleeding to death on the street, laying collapsed.